In today's session, Mr. Faheem Faras will talk about the opportunities for pursuing MA and PhD programs in the Humanities and Social Science at IITs. From his own academic journey and experience, I don't want to take much of your time, and as our guest is already here, I warmly invite Mr. Faheem Faras to lead today's session. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Am I audible? Like, why? Can you hear me or?
Audible, audible, yes.
Audible, sir.
Okay. Uh, so, Assalamu alaikum. So I'll use a PPT to make my talk easier to follow. I'll just share my screen. So quick check whether like my slides are visible or not.
Hello.
It's visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the introduction and for having me here. In the session, my talk will broadly focus on the humanities and social science studies, the country's technical institutes, primarily the IITs, but I will also briefly discuss the HSS programs in NITs, IISERs, IISc, and other STEM-oriented institutions as well. While I will place greater emphasis on PhD programs and the admission process, I will also cover bachelor's and master's programs as well. So coming to the STEM institutes in India, like there are around 23 IITs, 32 NITs, 7 IISERs, this one IISc, NISER, and 26 IIITs, and there are several other STEM institutes as well. And all of these institutions also have departments where research in various areas of humanities and social science is carried out. And in most of the institutes for IITs, this is like taking place or like in the department of uh, humanities and social science. And while in some IITs like IIT Hyderabad, IIT Jodhpur, uh, it's the department is called Department of Liberal Arts. And some IITs like IIT Bombay and IIT Kanpur, uh, they also have a separate economics department in addition to their HSS department. Some IITs as like they have management discipline under HSS. Some has a separate department, which I will discuss in detail later. And similar case for public policy as well. Like some IITs has a separate department. So these are the disciplines. Like, like broadly, these are the disciplines in which like the liberal arts or the HSS department consists of. Like there are many other disciplines as well, which like some IITs offers some specific or like some like interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary courses as like disciplines as well, which you can easily explore through the official websites. I'm not going to detail. Next, I will talk about the bachelor's program in the in HSS in IITs. Uh, like, this is mainly uh, include economic like bachelor's programs. Most programs are in the HSS, like are in the economics discipline. IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, IIT Roorkee, along with the IISER Bhopal, IISER Tirupati, they all offer like programs in like bachelor's program in economics. The admission and like the admission is through JEE Advanced, and recently IIT Jammu they introduced a new program, Bachelor BS in Behavioral Science and Predictive Analysis. Again, the admission is through JEE only, and the IISER admissions are through IISER aptitude test. Um, that's the main, and I just talk the main advantage of the BS programs, like compared to other universities like central universities. The major advantage of these programs is the strong quant orientation. Students receive like intense training in data science, programming, machine learning, and statistical methods as part of the curriculum only, which contributes to excellent placement opportunities in both academia and industry. Now, coming to the master's programs, the several IITs offers masters in like different disciplines, which is listed out here. Like it's from MA Development Studies, MA in Economics, English Studies, Public Policy. IIT Bombay offers a 6-year dual degree in MA plus PhD. They also offer a MA by research. It's a multidisciplinary program, and like some IIT Kanpur as a MS in Economics. IIT Delhi recently started 3 masters, one in MA in Culture, Society, and Thought, MSc in Cognitive Science, MSc in Economics. IIT Hyderabad as a MA in Development Studies. IIT Gandhinagar as a MA in Society and Culture. IIT Guwahati, they have like very well-known MA Development Studies, and they recently started MA in Liberal Arts. IIT Roorkee as an MSc in Economics. IIT Mandi as MA in Development Studies. IIT Jodhpur as MSc in Computational Social Science, which they started recently. Similarly, IIT Tirupati also has a course which they started recently in Masters in Public Policy. Apart from like along with this, NIT Trichy also offers a Masters in English language and literature. So these are the courses in HSS available in IITs and NITs. With that, so how it works like master's courses. So the admission process of many of these master's programs includes a written test, written entrance examination, which may have both objective and descriptive components, followed by an interview. However, the exact selection process varies from one institute to another, and this what is the like biggest advantage of doing masters in IITs? Like major thing is like most of the master's program require students to complete a dissertation, a master's thesis or dissertation, and may also include a mandatory internship as part of the curriculum. Students also have opportunity to like continue, like there is a provision for direct PhD. If you have complete your masters from IITs, either you can convert your masters into PhD from the same institute, or if you have like minimum CGPA requirements, other IITs will also, especially second tier IITs, will take you for direct PhD. Sometimes they pay more than the regular UGC JRF or like the regular PhD scholars. So now let me briefly explain the PhD programs. The PhD programs are on the disciplines which I haven't mentioned in the earlier slide. The admission process generally consists of a written test, which may include both, again, similar to masters, both objective and descriptive questions, followed by an interview. However, in some institutes, like the candidates are shortlisted directly for the interview based on the research proposal or like the academic background, like your master's grade and all. Coming to the eligibility criteria, applicants are generally required to have yes, as expected, completed a master's degree with at least 50 to 55% in marks. Maybe some variation for some relaxation for the reserved categories. Also, like although the percentage may vary across institutes, uh, in many cases, the candidates are also expected to have qualified UGC NET or JARA for GATE. And in some institutes, they're exempted from these eligibility as well. They will conduct their own institute entrance test, which is sufficient for getting admission there. And the admissions are carried out like uh, twice a year, January and July. They were like autumn intake and spring intake. So this is different from the central universities. Now, like before applying to any PhD program, like in general or in particular to IITs, there are a few important things that you should keep in mind. It's coming from my own experience. Like first, choosing the right research guide or supervisor is probably the most important decision you will take in your research journey. So spend some time going through the profiles of the faculty members you are interested in. Look at the research interest, the recent publications, and the kind of work the current PhD students are doing. And if possible, try to connect with the current research scholars working under those faculty members, so they can give you valuable like insights into the research environment, because different faculties, different supervisors works in different way, so that you'll get some familiarity and their expectations, your expectation, whether that's meeting each other, and their overall experience. So it's also really a good idea to email the faculty members before applying. Like you can just send them a mail that you are planning to apply this time. You can discuss your research topic with them. Like this can help you understand whether your interest in like research interest align with the research interest. You can even politely ask whether they are planning to take a new PhD student in the upcoming admission cycle, because in IITs, since the students get fellowship, they have a constraint on taking students in institute funds category especially. So they might not have like seats, like all the faculties might not have seats for in the admission cycle. So it's better to ask them like whether they're taking, whether they have a seat this time or not, so that this will help you like in saving time as well. So finally, if you have the opportunity or if you have time, try to do a 3 or 6 month research internship with the faculty member you're interested in, whether that's like on-site or like remote, that's up to you. But it's better to do that. It strengthens your application, and it also helps you gain research experience and like determine whether the research environment is right fit for you. So now, like, let me like briefly talk about the research proposal as well, as it is an important part of the PhD application process in IITs. So the proposal does not have to be like very perfect or very advanced, but it should or demonstrate that you have a basic idea or understanding of the topic you want to work on. It should begin by explaining the motivation behind choosing the topic and why it is important. You should then include a brief review, a broader review of the existing literature, and identify the research gap that your study aims to address, or like the research gap that you're trying to inquire. Um, Based on this, you can present your tentative research questions and objectives of the study. You should also outline the methodology you plan to use, the rationale of using that methodology, uh, the potential implications or contribution of your research, and if you are planning to apply on management related programs or like topics, it's particularly important to highlight the practical and managerial implications of your proposed study. So finally, I'm highlighting some of the advantages of pursuing a PhD at an IIT. First and foremost, the biggest advantage is that all full-time PhD students receive a fellowship amount part of UGC fellowship. Many of us are not aware of that. Like even if you are net qualified, you will get a fellowship which is similar to JRF amount. This provides a like proper financial security throughout your PhD, and most IITs also offer funding to present your papers at national and international conferences, which can be like as high as 2 to 2.5 lakh during the course of the PhD. And many central universities, what I'm aware is that you have to take these conference fundings from the contingency funding, which you will get from the like the funding agency. Also, many IITs provide financial assistance for publication charges in like reputed journals like Q1 journals and all. If they have any article processing charges, several IITs also recognize outstanding research through the yearly Research Excellence Awards. For example, in IIT Hyderabad, they offer a Research Excellence Award every year, like around 2 lakh for exceptional research achievements. And this amount can be used for attending international conferences. Another major advantage is the opportunity for international collaborations and exchange programs. For instance, IIT Hyderabad has an active collaboration with universities in Japan. So they have a Indo-Japan friendly programs, which provide students with opportunities for international research exposure and more placements and like postdoc opportunities in Japan. And students also benefit from access to a wide range of journals, databases, digital libraries, which are like very essential for high quality research. In addition to these, IITs generally provide excellent medical facilities, including on-campus health centers, hospital support, and medical insurance for all the students. I know this is there in other institutes as well, but from my experience, I've been to central universities as well. Uh, these facilities are like proper functioning ones with all the basic facilities. And finally, being part of a technology-oriented ecosystem, it gives you an exposure to recent cutting-edge technologies, research laboratories, incubation centers. This interdisciplinary environment often like makes research and data collection, if you are working on that area, much easier. And even you're from not from the STEM background, you're doing some research on sociology or in economics, but sometimes you need data, like you need data from the engineering or technology background. So this makes the data collection much easier and opens up opportunity for collaboration across different fields like social science and technology. Like I have talked like about uh, advantages of doing PhD or like doing masters at IITs. At the same time, pursuing PhD, not just PhD, even for masters at an IIT also comes with a few challenges, especially if you're doing in HSS subjects. First and foremost, is the fees are comparatively higher than those at many central universities. If you like, it will be around 65 to 70,000 per semester if you're taking hostel. Like the infrastructure, like they'll provide a good infrastructure, but the fees are a little bit higher compared to other universities. And so the other thing is, since IITs are primarily technology-oriented institutions, students from the humanities and social science may sometimes feel a little sidelined because the overall academic culture is heavily influenced by engineering. Like, for example, the reading rooms or workspace of like I'm doing my PhD in development studies, but our workspace is often referred to as labs on like they call it as a labs. In addition, the library resources tend to be more focused on science and engineering. So subscription to some basic social science journals may be limited. For instance, IIT Hyderabad didn't have the subscription to EPW. It's a very basic common journal in HSS or economics or social science for a long time. They recently uh, subscribe to EPW. That's one of the challenges that I was facing here. IITs generally have a strict academic timelines and attendance requirements and progress policy, evaluation policies. Like while this ensure that scholars complete their research on time, they also make their PhD more demanding, like more and more structured. This will be very difficult for like especially for anthropology or sociology scholars who might need like more time in the field or like might need more time for writing a paper. So they might face difficulty in a IIT settings. Now, what does a typical PhD journey at an IIT look like? So this is not a uniform case across all the IITs, but generally it follows in this way. The first year is dedicated, like it's usually dedicated to coursework, where students complete the required courses and clear the comprehensive or a qualified examination. And once the coursework is completed, students present the research proposal in a proposal seminar where they receive feedback from the doctoral committee or research advisory committee before beginning the full-scale research. And students are also required to undergo biannual progress reviews. These reviews assess the progress of the research and um, like help ensure that they are on track to complete the program within the stipulated timeline. In many IITs, particularly the second generation IITs, there are also minimum publication requirements before the submission of the thesis, that you can only submit the thesis once you have like one or two publications. Uh, these requirements vary across institutes and departments, but standards are generally expected to publish the research one or two papers in Scopus Index Q1, Q2 journals, and also present the papers at national and international conferences before they can complete the PhD. Apart from like everything I have mentioned so far, there are one more aspect, especially like I have personally observed in the second and third generation IITs. The number of PhD scholars under each faculty member is usually quite small, like typically around 3 to 4, like maximum 5 students. So you receive much more individual attention, like regular guidance. You will get constructive feedback from your supervisor. Your supervisors or your committee members usually have the time to carefully read your draft or your writings, and like, they provide detailed comments on your writings. Like this has come with small drawback as well. Since there are fewer research scholars working in your area, you may have a similar peer group, like you have a smaller similar peer group to discuss your ideas, or to share your experiences, or to receive informal feedback on your writings, on your research. So this is the drawback of small groups, like small or like limited number of scholars working in one area. So with that, I would like to conclude my talk. Once again, thank you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share my experiences. I would like to thank Allama Iqbal Study Circle for organizing the session, and all the participants for your time and attention. I hope this session has given you a better understanding of the opportunities available in the HSS at the IITs and other STEM institutions. Now I would be happy to take your questions and discuss any aspect of the admission process, research, or student life which I have missed in my presentation. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.